Today we got all the hands we can get to help us out. We got Gabe and Stefan for this big day of harvesting garlic. This is one of the biggest days of the year as far as harvesting goes. We got garlic, onions, potatoes. Those three are pretty big. Winter squashes, but those go pretty quick. But anything you're pulling out of the ground, onions, garlic, potatoes, they can take a little while. And so we're going to show you a little bit about our harvest and how it's looking this year. We got one row done, and this right here we got all from one row.
Took us about 40 minutes.
They're looking really nice this year. In the past we'd get big ones, but not this consistently. These will be savings for seed, but we'll have more than we need probably for seed, so these will be nice to sell. The smallest ones are about this size right here. Look how big that clove is still in there. So they're looking really nice, and it's German white is the variety that we grow. So let's show you a little bit how we pull them out of the ground. In the past, we would pull them and keep the tops on, but then we go and bundle about 30 of them and hang them in the rafters to dry. But this year, we keep doing more and more garlic, and it takes a while to do that, and it takes up a lot of space. So we're cutting the tops off, just leaving it in the row, and I'll kind of pull these into the walkways to mulch when we're done. And so that'll save a lot of space for drying. I can just lay them out. I don't have to hang them. And so we can show you a little bit later where we're drying them. But right now, I can show you how we pull the garlic. It's how we do it. You have to be experienced. You have to be able to feel the garlic to know if you're going to pull the top off or not. A lot of people will use a potato digger or some kind of fork to loosen them and then pull them, because then you don't have to worry about pulling the tops off of the bulb and separating them. Then you have to dig it out. But if your soil is just it's dry, but it's still a little moist. If it's too dry, you're gonna have a terrible time. But you don't want it too wet, or else you don't want the bulbs get really wet going into drying. So I kind of make sure if it needs a little bit of water, I'll give it a little bit of water before we harvest. So then I kind of just feel it and pull it out. And most of the roots come off, which is nice too. You don't have a bunch of roots. But sometimes you have to be careful, because if you do it this way, you'll start to feel that the outer layers of the bulb will start to separate, and you can start to feel, and if that happens, you need to stop and then get your potato fork out and dig it out. So it just depends. Some spots seem worse than others, but maybe 1 out of 20 or 30 I have to dig out. So it's not too bad, but pulling it out like this saves a lot of, if I had to go and fork every single one, it would take probably twice as long. So if you can get your soil moisture just right, that a lot of it will pull out easy, then it saves a lot of work. So that's what we're doing today. Thanks for watching. Till next time, eat well, live well. Hi, boys. Hey.